Now, as far as me personally, I'll always wear a helmet.
Well, I tell you, with vlogging, that kind of solved the argument with me anyway, because I'm obviously a pretty, you know, I don't know what you'd call it, just somebody that does it real often. So it's like, why not have the helmet on, have the camera ready, and then that way, if a subject comes to mind.
Oh yeah.
I think Buddy Christ talked about it in one of the comments, that he went for a ride with his dad, and all of a sudden, as soon as he turns the camera on, it's like you go blank and you can't think anything.
Yeah.
And it's like half the time it's that way with me too. I'll put the camera in, I'll have the whole idea, I'll have it all thought out minutes before, get on the bike, and blank.
Yeah.
Total blank.
It's just the pressure of having the camera knowing it's recording.
Yep.
I'm the same way too.
And you got to get the idea in your head. So what if it's totally lousy? You click one button and erase it.
Yeah.
Do it again or go on to something else. But you feel like you're live. You feel like, I have to do it right. I have to do it perfect.
Exactly. All right, buddy.
Okay, I'll just follow you.
All right.
Okay. The Smyrna Cowboy and Suburban Rider will be going on our first official ride together. And now all the traffic decides to come in all at the same time. But that's okay. We're not in any hurry. And I guess for our first ride around the Nashville area, he's picking out some nice smooth road for us. And then we're going to stop at a little burger joint. He said make some really good burgers. Have some lunch and talk about motorcycles. Because what else is there better to talk about than motorcycles? I mean, at least for us, that's what life's all about. I'm probably going to be staying down here in the Nashville area and watching the radar for storms and stuff, but I'll probably head out Thursday morning. Unless I know I'm going to run into a storm for sure, then I'll head out Friday morning. Because I do want to make it back. I have that Sunday scheduled tour of Fermi Labs that I promised Buddy Christ that I would go down to Fermi Labs and go on the tour and take some video. Be kind of nice to get a different perspective from last year when I was down there on the tour, and since the new CERN system, or whatever that other large reactor that's opening up in Europe, is going online right now. They were talking about if they could possibly get some decent sized linear accelerators going, they'd still be able to stay in business. And I see one thing Smyrna Cowboy does that I do. I was going to talk about this when I rode with Wilson Rider, but in the books that instruct you how to ride a motorcycle in Illinois, for some reason they say the lead rider should be to the left and then the next rider staggered to the right, and so on, no matter, depending on how many motorcycles you have. But I got in the habit, because my Harley only has a mirror on the left side, I always stagger, and since I'm the one back in Illinois that nobody else wants to lead, so I always get chose to lead whatever group we're in, I always stayed to the right so I could see everybody in my mirror. But I also thought it's a better idea for the lead rider to stay to the right, because it gives the second rider more of a view. You're not obstructing, whereas if he's to the right and you're a little bit more to the left, it's kind of obstructing a lot of the stuff that's in front of you. So myself, unless somebody in the comments or somebody can make a response vid telling me why it's a better idea, I would always recommend to people, at least for the type of riding I do, maybe it's different for another style of riding or for sport bikes, but I'd always recommend the lead rider stay to the right, and then the next guy stagger off to the left, so you get the second guy. Since a lot of people do, when they ride in groups, your most common group, at least for me, the most common group is 2 people riding together. And then maybe once a week I'll get a group together where there'll be maybe 4 to 6 of us, friends, relatives, and people that show up. But 2 is by far the most common. So why not give the second guy a little bit better of a view of what's up ahead instead of blocking part of it? So that's just my little piece of advice, and if anybody's got any reason why that's not a good idea, put it in the comments. Or I'm sure there must have been a reason why they put that in the motorcycle safety book about having the first guy be to the left. I don't know. I could just never see a logical reason why that would be a good idea. That'll be interesting later today when we both post our videos and see the 2 different perspectives too. See what he chooses to edit and leave in and what I choose to edit and leave in. I try anymore if possible. I just, if there's a beginning part when I'm fiddling with the camera, I'll clip that part out, and then if there's an end part that just drags on, but I try to leave them. I try to get more and more to where basically I push the button to the camera, and then when I'm done with the video, push the button again and turn it off and just let it be the way that it is. And do as little editing as possible. I think a lot of times if you do over editing, you kind of overthink yourself. You want to get it so perfect, you end up cutting out stuff that maybe somebody wants to hear about or wants to see. Okay, Murfreesboro, 27 miles. Oh, I see Alps flopping around back there in the wind. Hope he don't come out and I have to catch him. I don't know with my wide angle lens if you can see Alp flopping around back there. Try to come up a little tighter if I can. But I guess it's pretty likely tomorrow on Tuesday night, if they can get away, maybe actually 4 of us LV riders can get together and do some riding Tuesday night. That would be TheSmyrnaCowboy, Ike and Deuce Newcomb, and me, of course, all together, the 4 of us riding around the Nashville area. What I'm going to do now is just not make this video too damn long-winded. I'll just shut it off here and pick up again. Catch you guys later.